My number one pet peeve on surveys. Hands down, it is neutral response options. You know, that's when it's like you're looking at a scale from agree to disagree, and in the middle it says neutral or neither agree nor disagree. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I could not possibly hate it more. Because out of the, let's say, like 100 times I see that being used, maybe one time it makes sense. Today, I was going back and forth with a client because they've been using a neutral category for like a really long time. And they're like, oh, but like we always use a neutral, so like we don't want to change it. And I'm like, okay, like, can you just explain to me what it means when someone selects neutral for that question? No, nobody can ever explain what it means. It ends up being this thing where it's like, well, it probably means like they didn't want to answer it, or like they didn't know. Okay, is that neutral? No, that means I don't know. I don't want to answer this question. I would literally rather you put those as choices than a neutral, which is like a catch-all for something ambiguous that you can't possibly meaningfully report on. To what extent do you agree or disagree with each of the following statements? I found it easy to find what I was looking for on your website. Neutral. You either found it easy or you didn't find it easy. Like, if you say neutral, what the F does that mean? Like, just literally any question you see that has neutral, I just want you to like take a second and be like, what would it mean to be neutral on this? And if the answer is it means I didn't want to answer the question or I don't know, neutral is not the proper response. There are some things that I just genuinely believe you can't be neutral on. Like you might not super agree, but you either like agree a little or you disagree a little. Like you're going one way or another, and I have personally no issue forcing you to choose. Again, it's not impossible to have a question where neutral makes sense. Like, I was just trying to be like, what's a question I would answer neutral? Like, you could imagine a question where someone says like, I support the current president. I could see you being like, I neither support them or don't support them. I'm neutral. That's something where I'm like, okay, maybe you're neutral. But if you're asking like, does someone help me with this? I like this thing. Was this easy or hard? Like, no, neutral. It's just like such a pet peeve of mine, and people really hate letting go of the category. If you can make a strong argument for why it should be there, okay, it deserves to be there. But if you can't, and the argument is just that like, well, we always use it, or like, I like odd number scales. No, just no, immediately no.